So for breakfast, it's hash browns from the freezer, a couple of eggs, and some bacon. My hubby is up early and wants to eat, so I'm making him breakfast and then gonna feed the kids later if they get up before noon. If not, then we will have lunch. My kids are teens, so they kind of get up and feed for themselves if they are really hungry. Here is some leftover soup we had for lunch. Here is a smoothie my oldest made for everybody. So I'm starting the eggs in the fry pan. They're just scrambled, making Singapore rice noodles. You have to cook this in batches. So you do the eggs first, and then the shrimp, and then the pork and the vegetables. In the meantime, I have some chopped garlic, and then I have some soy sauce and some black rice wine vinegar because I didn't have the Chinese red wine, and some fish sauce, and I'll put a recipe at the bottom that I'm sort of following, and sugar, that is the sauce. Oh, that's done. There's a piece of bok choy that fell in there. That's fine. Let's turn that down. I don't want things to burn. Remove all of the egg. It's really hard to kind of do this and look at the camera. And then this was just shrimp, and it was marinating in fish sauce, which is very salty. You only want the shrimp to cook like a minute or two. I shelled the shrimp. I got these on sale in the frozen section for like $4, which my family likes shrimp, except for my oldest who doesn't eat seafood, but she'll eat this, but not eat the shrimp. I try and give her just the pork and the vegetables. So just cook them until they turn pink. And then you put those in with the egg, because you'll be adding this stuff back to reheat anyways. Actually, what usually happens is I cook it all up and then I put it on their plates and then put them in the microwave for a minute, because by at the end it doesn't always get hot, and I'm not that coordinated. So now, we're going to need some more oil. And then we're going to put the pork in here. and the onions, because they take a while to cook up. And I use the recipe I will add at the bottom as a estimate. So I didn't have snow peas, and my family's not too big on them. So I added some bok choy and baby corn that I got from a can from the dollar store for $1.25. And I added 4 carrots and more peppers. Now I'm going to take some of this sauce, mostly all the ginger, to put in here with the meat and vegetables. There we go. I'm going to add the bok choy and the peppers, which I did 2 peppers that were starting to get wrinkly, and some baby corn. And now this is going to cook up. Also adding a couple teaspoons of curry powder, because that's what Singapore. This is actually, I'm going to do 3, and I'll add 1 when I do the noodles, because we like curry. Also, white pepper. It's the same as like black pepper, just it's white. It's an Asian market. It usually just is a finer grind, and you don't get like black pepper spots on your teeth and stuff. So I'll just let this cook for a bit. So this is cooked a bit more. It's only been a few minutes. I have to make sure that the pork is fully cooked before I dish some out, so I can put the rice noodles in, because pork is one of those things you definitely have to make sure is fully cooked through. Same with chicken, because they can have like salmonella or whatever in it. Beef, on the other hand, it could be rare. You can do this with any meat you want, chicken, or even do it just vegetarian. I've had it before in restaurants where it's just been vegetables. I'm using pork today because I had leftover pork tenderloin from the soup I had made the other day that needed to get used up, and this is a perfect recipe to use it in. This recipe makes about 8 servings or more. It fed my family of 4, with seconds for some, as well as I have about 4 servings left over in decided to put it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag.
There we go.
And I had taken rice stick noodles and put it in water and drained it. I only did half a package, and that's a huge amount. We're going to be having leftovers of this for sure. My kids like eating leftovers for breakfast, or lately brunch, because they are off school. There we go. Now, let's stir this. And now I've got to turn this off. Because this stuff will stick. If I don't. The great thing about rice noodles is, A, they're cheap. I get a bag for about $1, $1.50, and this is at any store. At the dollar store, I get like a bigger bag for $1. I'm gonna put a little bit of sesame oil. Oop, that's a little bit bigger spot, but that's okay. The sesame oil makes it basically taste like Chinese food versus just curry. So it's like, makes it taste Chinese curry versus Indian curry, since I just use a generic curry powder from Walmart. And now I'm going to put this stuff back in. Which is really hard to do one-handed. And there you go. This is going to be supper, and we have some leftover things from New Year's Eve. I had picked up, already pre-cooked, a salt and pepper salmon dish and a crispy pork dish and some leftover dumplings, and we'll have that. And we will definitely have leftovers of this. Doesn't that look yummy? And you could use whatever vegetables you want. This has egg and pork and shrimp as meat, but you can use any meat. You could already use pre-cooked meat, like if you had leftover shredded chicken or that. It'd be great to kind of revamp leftovers. And then to top things off, put some green onions. My thing with green onions is I buy green onions and I put them in a mason jar, the bottoms, and I keep on cutting off the tops, and they keep on growing. And that's not just on my counter. So, there you go. Enjoy.
I put water in the mason jars with the onion.
And this is the finished product, the Singapore noodles. That's the salt and pepper salmon, and the vegetable dumplings, and a crispy pork dish. These ones I got at the Asian market on New Year's Eve, and it was near the end of the day, so got them like half price, which is awesome.
And the Singapore noodles cost about $8 to make.